What's your question?
You didn't call me yet.
Okay, so just so you know, I am recording now. All right, so we've done a lot of setup. So if you can go to your Nearpod, and we'll get this puppy started.
Okay.
All right, so we were looking at Nearpod.
Yes, it's my lesson to you.
My lesson to you. Now, I am the fanciest human on earth, and I can do things like this.
Cool.
Did it change on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, this is my lesson to you. All right, so here we go. All right, so does anyone know who the guy on the right is? Just shout it out.
Is it Shakespeare?
It is Shakespeare, Adam. 6 points for you.
Thank you.
How about the people on the left?
I'm like a French version of Romeo and Juliet.
Why do you think it's a French version?
I don't know, just the clothes give off like French flair.
I'm gonna guess just Romeo.
I was going to say Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, that is in fact Romeo and Juliet. All right, so I was going to show you a video, but we don't have enough time. But when I think of Romeo and Juliet, I think of this phrase, "Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?" Vinny, have you heard that quote before?
Yes, without the rolling R's.
Okay, Julia and Adam, have you heard that quote before?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to push out a poll to you. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? So I want you to go ahead and answer this question.
Oh.
Hashtag no clue.
So be honest, be honest.
Um,
Yeah, make sure you press submit.
okay.
I got a great.
Yep, me too.
So did I.
I was first.
Okay, so let's see. I see that I think I kind of know. I know exactly what it is. Okay, Julia, what are you thinking? What does that mean?
I don't know how to explain it. I think it means like Romeo, Romeo, why do you have to be you? Because she can't love him because it's forbidden.
Okay, but you said, why do you have to be you? I don't see the word why anywhere in there.
Well, I don't know.
Anyone else want to add to that? Good try, Julia. No, yeah, Julia, I appreciate that. So that's why I'm wondering, why do you think, anyone else want to add to that, or no?
Yeah, I think she's like upset because it's like two feuding families. So she's like, she knows that even though they're like star-crossed lovers, they like can't be together because one's a Capulet and one's a Montague.
Nice, way to pull that out. But what does she mean by wherefore art thou Romeo?
Does not wherefore mean why?
Well, let's see. Let's go to the dictionary. Wherefore? For what reason or purpose? Why? So, Julia, did you know that wherefore meant why?
Yeah.
You did. How did you know that?
When I read the book last year.
Okay. Vinny, did you know that wherefore meant why?
I did not know that was exactly what it meant.
And Adam knew because you already learned it?
Yeah, but I only knew that what wherefore meant, and then I said I think I kind of know because like I wouldn't know what that would mean. Like it means why, but like I wouldn't have been able to tell you as much as Julia told you about
Gotcha.
after that.
Gotcha. Okay, so for me, when I looked at that quote, before I knew what wherefore meant, I didn't, like, I knew she was saying something like that, but I didn't know what wherefore meant because why would you think that wherefore means why? So I think that's kind of cool.
Definitely.
I actually use that in day-to-day speech. I say wherefore a lot, and people don't really know what I'm talking about because it obviously doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, the key there was understanding what the word wherefore meant, which is why our objective for the day is to get a deeper meaning of poetry by precisely defining words. So, Vinny, would you say that knowing that wherefore means why was pretty helpful in understanding what that quote meant?
I would agree.
You would agree, because what the heck does wherefore mean? Like, who would have thought that? I would not have thought that. All right.
The most important word in the whole thing.
Yeah, the most important word I didn't really know before I learned it. Okay, so if we can go ahead and go to our June hymn lyrics.
Okay.
So the one reason why I like the Decemberists a lot is because the guy is a really good writer and he uses some really interesting words. So we're going to look at our June hymn lyrics. And I can already see that we're already kind of writing on there, or that we have our cursors in there, which is cool. So what I want you to do is take a look at the words here, and I want you to define at least one word that you're unsure of that you think helps better understand the poem. So this is what I'm looking for. So if I were to choose the word welcome, I would highlight welcome. I'd highlight it, and I would change the color just so I know that's a word we have to look at. Then I'm going to highlight it. And over on the right side, you can make a comment. Do you guys know how to do that, or do you want me to show you?
Yeah, I think I know.
Okay, so
It's like next to all of our little like.
I'm just okay. So if you look at my screen, I'm going to present my screen real quick,
Yeah.
and just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
So you see how I've highlighted welcome, and on the right side this little thing comes up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to add a comment, and I want you to write the definition and then write how you think that adds to the understanding of that line.
So are we supposed to look the definition up?
Yeah, so actually it's really cool. Yeah, so what you can do is you can if you're still looking, if you're looking at my screen, you can highlight, right click, and then you can press define. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to look at a word, you're going to comment the definition and how it adds to your understanding. So if there's no talking for 2 or 3 minutes, that's totally fine. Like scroll around and whatever.
From the whole poem or just from the first part?
Yeah, from anywhere in the lyrics.
Okay.
All right, so if there's, like I said, if there's 2 minutes or so where we're not talking, totally fine. Oh, and how about this? Let's say this. If you could put the definition in your own words.
Oh.
Where is there? Oh, good one, Julia. That's exactly the one that I wanted to do.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
because it's an interesting one.
Wait, should I like copy and paste? No, never mind.
Yeah, if you look at the definition, the idea to put it in your own words, just so I kind of have an idea that you know what it is.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, never mind. I don't really know what the definition is. 'Cause
Okay.
It has like the word in the definition.
It does. Yeah. So what is it saying the definition is?
The rank and estates of a baron.
Okay. So then, what would you have to ask yourself?
What's a baron?
Yeah. So define baron. Do you know what that is? Do you know what a baron is?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. So yeah, I would look baron up.
Okay.
Great question.
I forgot that you can still see me.
Yeah. Thanks for deleting those lyrics, man.
Did I highlight everything yellow?
No, you got your word. You got panoply.
Wait. Is someone else doing panoply?
Family?
Yeah.
Adam,
Yeah.
can I?
Yeah.
Adam, can I suggest you do either thrushes or reverie?
Yeah, I'll do Reverie.
Sorry,
It's okay.
the first time on Google Meet.
Anthony, I can't find a person.
All right, so what is it, Julia? What's a baron?
It doesn't really say. The first definition is like a member of the lowest order of the British nobility.
Yeah, okay. So a baron is a British noble, right?
Oh.
And
okay,
what
so
did
I didn't know if that was the right one or not.
Yeah, and what did British nobles own? Lots of land.
Land and yeah.
Okay, so it's not a baron, it's a barony,
Yeah.
which describes the thing that he owns.
Wait. Oh, okay. Wait.
So the barony, his barony is the land that he owns. It's the thing that that is under control of the baron. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So the barony is like the land and all the stuff that he owns?
Right.
Okay, so alright.
Okay, so a barony of ivy in the trees, and what is that barony doing? On the next line?
Expanding out its empire by degrees.
Okay, so what does that mean? What's going on there? Okay, so the barony, so the land that he owns, or that land that he owns.
And expanding expanding out its empire by degrees.
Yeah, okay, so imagine how ivy would grow up a tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can picture like, okay, the barony, like it started small and then it's expanding its empire as it reaches all over the place, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
I feel like for Reverie, it only like means something if you know what thrushes and wrens mean.
Kind of, yes.
Like if you don't know what those really mean, then it's kind of like doesn't mean as much.
Yeah.
Reverie doesn't mean as much.
Okay, so all right, so we're running short on time, so let's bring it back real quick. All right, so Vinny, what word did you do?
Now,
Panoply?
Panoply.
All right, and what did you have for panoply?
An impressive collection of items.
Okay, and how does that add to the meaning? Like, what does that mean in this song?
So that's what I was trying. That's what I was like. I was just kept reading through the lyrics, and I was trying to like kind of figure out.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's trying to like really describe. I don't know, like all of the things that are happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Like land and like all of his stuff.
Yeah.
And like how this like collection of things are all things that he values, and they're all encompassed in this song. I don't know.
Yeah, I would think so. I think it's like he's talking about all these sounds and sights. So it's this huge collection of sounds and songs and sights of spring.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Julia's real quick then. You guys heard us talking about Julia's? I think that one's my favorite. A barony of ivy in the trees, expanding out its empire by degrees. I didn't know what a barony was. I knew it had something to do with a baron. But I think that's kind of like we were saying, you know, it starts off small and then it kind of, you know, the ivy takes over. And Adam, what about you?
Mine was Reverie.
And what'd you
It's
get?
a pleasant daydream-like mindset or state.
Okay, so it disrupts my reverie. So is the pleasant daydream existing or is it stopping existing?
It's stopping existing.
Okay, so now we have to understand the thrushes bleeding battle with the wrens. So thrushes are birds, wrens are birds, and bleeding is like an annoying sound. So these birds are so synthesize that, Addy.
So it's like the coming of summer kind of like wakes him up from his like daydream.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I thought that one's one of my favorite lines as well. Okay, so if we had more time, you know, we could have spent more time doing some definitions and digging in a little bit deeper there. But I think we can kind of see that this song especially had a couple words that I didn't know. Is that true for you guys?
Yes, definitely.
All right.
I would love to do this with a little pump song.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said I would love to do this with like a little pump song.
Yeah. All right. So we literally have 10 seconds left. All right. Awesome job. Again, if we have more time, you know, we'd be able to be a little more fruitful. But yeah. So if you look up these words, you know, it gives you a better idea of that stuff.